Good morning, students. Now we are going to discuss on the picture class of Unit 1 COBOL programming language. So this picture class is very important one in defining data names and its positions and its values while processing in procedure division or statements under procedure division of your program. So you have to include some appropriate picture classes in each and every parts of your program under the data division. So what are the things that you're going to include under the data division? That's going to be the part of your procedure division. So without defining under data division, you wouldn't be able to include the data names under the procedure division statements. So the picture class seems to be an important topic while defining data names to your program. We are going to see this in detail. So this is the definition. The picture class which describes the general characteristics of an elementary data item. So normally we have some two types of data items as elementary data item and group data item, and then to define the elementary data item we are going to use the picture class. So the name picture that comes from we are going to picturize the value or the positions of decimal points or the number of characters or number of digits that you're going to use to run data name. That's why we have used this particular keyword as PIC in capital letter. PIC stands for picture class. So we have some characteristics that to be uh, defined under picture class. The first one is class. So in COBOL, data item may be one of these three classes. So we have some three different classes in defining picture class. The first one which is going to be numeric, and second one which is going to be alphabetic, and third one which is going to be alphanumeric. So the numeric items which consist of the digits 0 to 9, and the alphabetic items which consist of the letters A to Z, small a to Z, and you could include a blank space within it. And then the alphanumeric items which may consist of digits, alphabets, and also some special characters. So these are the three different classes of picture class. And then the next class which is going to be sign. So to indicate whether data item is an um, negative data item or positive data item, to differentiate these things we have used this sign class. So a numeric data item can be either signed or unsigned. So if a numeric data item is considered as unsigned, then during execution such unsigned data will be treated as positive quantities or positive values. So to describe a signed data item, one should use the code character S at the leftmost end of the picture class of the corresponding variable. So whenever that you're going to include a data name, and suppose if you have to indicate it as an negative value, so to the leftmost of that particular data name, you have to include the capital S as an character to indicate it as a negative data item. So and then which is important to note that the operational sign is not stored as a separate character, so which will be included along with the data name storage places. So the operational sign is stored at the zone bits of the rightmost digit position of the data item. So this is going to be very important thing that you have to keep in your mind. um, and then while preparing data for input signed item, always you have to take some care which ensures the data appear on the input medium in the same form. So these things are important. And then next one which is about the third class, which is about point location. So to define the point location in your data names, the portion of the decimal point is going to be an important characteristics that will be specified for the numeric data items. If the set portion is not specified and the item is considered as integer, or else it will be considered as decimal point uh, decimal values. So decimal point is positioned immediately after the rightmost digit, and the storage place for this decimal places will be included along with your data items or data names, whatever that you're going to use. So the position of the decimal point is merely an assumed position. So for example, you're going to have some 6 digits, and after 3 digits, suppose if you have to leave some if you have to include some decimal points, you could include it. um, the compiler at the time of compilation, it used to make a note of this assumed decimal point, and it used to generate the object code according to the assumed decimal point, whatever that you have included in the data names. And then next one, which is about size. um, so the number of characters or digits required to store the data item in the memory of your computer is known as the size of the data item. So you have some four general characteristics that to be specified through the picture class. So picture example, picture is character string. The character string can consist of to the maximum of 30 code characters. So based on how many number of code characters that you're going to include, so that will be which is going to act like an size of that particular picture class. So we have some various code characters. The first code character is 9 to indicate a digit, and then capital X to indicate any character of COBOL. That could be either a numeric character, a non-numeric character, a special character. To include any character, you could use capital X as an option, and then capital A, which is specifically only for alphabet alone, and then capital V to include a decimal point within your values. So based on the occurrence of these things, these characters in your picture string, which indicates the size of the picture class. And then the capital P, which is going to be an assumed decimal point, which is lying outside the data name. And then capital S, which indicates the signed data item, whether the data item is signed or not. And then there is no any special code to indicate the size. So the total number of occurrence of 9 or capital X or capital A in the picture string, which will indicate the size of the data name. So that's what which has been mentioned over here as the occurrence of capital V for decimal point, and capital P for assumed decimal point, and then capital S for signed data item. So these things are will not be counted for the size of the data item, because the decimal point and then capital S, so these are actually code characters, and this must not be included for the size of the data items. So while defining picture class, you have to be clear as what are the various classes that we have while defining a data item using picture class, and how we are calculating the size of the data name or data item, and to indicate decimal point, what are the things that we have to use to indicate which is an signed data item or unsigned data item. So what are the things that we have to use? So all these things we have to keep in our mind while coding your program using your picture class. And we have some more examples over here. The first example, capital S, 999 B, 999. So this is going to be an example with a size of 5 characters, and which is an signed data item, and you have an assumed decimal point before two places from the rightmost end, where capital S for sign and capital V for decimal point. And the next example, you have triple P and then 4 nines, total of 7 characters, 7 positions. And then suppose if you are going to insert a value of 1 to 3 within it, So the value will be taken as dot, and then you will have 4 zeros and then 1 2 3. On the other hand, suppose the picture were defined as 999 and double b, which indicates the value as 1 2 3 and 00. So suppose if you have values, it will be placed at those positions. Suppose you don't have any values, instead of values it will be mentioned as zeros over there. And then the third example, picture class with 6x characters. So a total of 6 characters that you could include. It may be either numeric or non-numeric or special character, or any character that you have to include, you could include it in this third example. So these are the various examples that we have related to picture class. So with this, I would like to stop this session. So students, thank you for listening.